Now, oftentimes in life, including when it comes to style, it's just as important to know what not to do as it is to know what to do. And it's also oftentimes the small things that make a huge difference. And that's what we're going to talk about on today's video. On today's video, I'm going to go through about 16 small style mistakes that if you make them, they'll make a big difference. Now, if you're new here, welcome, Jeff, your Style OG. On this channel, we discuss various men's lifestyle topics such as style, grooming, and dating every Monday, Thursday, and Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern. I invite you to subscribe, tap the notification bell, and join us. And to my returning friends like Scott Wexlin, salute. Now, first up on the list of the small style mistakes that can make a huge difference is a mistake I've made more often than I care to admit. It's buying clothes you hope you will fit later. Let's talk about how this usually happens. Now, you've been wearing a size large for the last 5 years. You started this new exercise program and you just know you're gonna get down to a medium. So you go out and buy a bunch of new medium clothes. Huge mistake. Because if you're anything like me, trying and failing on a lot of diets and exercise programs, you might not ever get into that medium. And all these great mediums just sit in your closet. What I recommend you do instead, buy clothes that fit now, and if you do reach that weight loss goal, reward yourself with new clothes then. Now, another common small mistake I often see guys make, untucking the wrong shirt. Now, a lot of guys have what I like to call their going out shirt. A long sleeve shirt they like to wear untucked to give them a combination casual dressy look. I get it in theory, but the problem is if it's a dress shirt, it's probably too long. An actual dress shirt is cut longer so it stays tucked in. But there are shirts that do work for untucking. Here's what you need to do. This simple rule. When you untuck this shirt, it should fall around mid-crotch. If it's much longer than that, tuck it in. Now, next up, we have a common dapper mistake. That's having your suit jacket or blazer sleeve too long. Now, it may seem like common sense that your suit jacket sleeve should be as long as your shirt sleeve, but it shouldn't be. The thing is, when you throw on that suit jacket, you want to have some contrast between the jacket and your shirt sleeves cuffed. So to do that, you have the jacket sleeve tailored. You want to leave about 1/4 or 1/2 inch of shirt cuff to show. This gives you a nice, stylish contrast. Next up is another common small style mistake. Wearing a t-shirt under your clothing instead of an undershirt. I get it. You might not know the difference. Let me clue you in. An undershirt is specifically designed to be worn under your clothing. Its purpose is to block sweat and odor. And to do this is made differently than a t-shirt. It's thinner than a t-shirt, it's longer than a t-shirt so it can be tucked in, and the sleeves are shorter than a t-shirt. An undershirt, not a t-shirt, is made specifically to be worn under your clothing. Another common mistake, wearing the wrong sock length. Yes, there are guidelines to how long your socks should be, especially when you wear dressier clothing. When you're wearing a suit, a pair of trousers, etc., you want to make sure your socks are long enough. They should at least reach to mid-calf and stay up. When you sit down, no one should see your hairy calves. Now, for casual looks, you can wear shorter socks or no-show socks. But when it's dressy, socks up to your calves. Now, next up is part of the grooming routine a lot of guys tend to neglect that can become a big problem, especially as you get older. It's not grooming your eyebrows. Trust me, bushy or unruly eyebrows can be a big eyesore. And to take care of it, it's not that difficult. All you need to do is brush or comb your eyebrows up, then cut across your brow line, cutting away any excess length. And then the second step, tweeze between your eyebrows, getting rid of any potential unibrow. You definitely don't want to be making the mistake of buying cheap shoes. This is especially a problem when you buy dress shoes or boots, or any leather shoes for that matter. That's because it's hard to get cheap leather correct. With leather, you get what you pay for. Buy those cheap shoes, especially if you have to wear them often, you'll find them wearing down in no time. What I recommend you do instead, buy the best quality shoes you can reasonably afford. They will last much longer and your cost per wear will dramatically decrease. Which piggybacks nicely into our next small style mistake, not maintaining said quality shoes. If you invest in quality shoes, it's a huge mistake if you don't maintain them. And there's only a few steps involved in taking care of your shoes. 1, when you get home and take off your shoes, insert cedar shoe trees. These will help maintain the shape of your shoes and withdraw moisture, eliminating odor. Leave the shoe trees in for at least 24 hours. Another thing you need to do, polish them after every 6 wears. And if you can avoid it, don't wear your shoes on back-to-back days. Now, next up is a mistake guys have been making for quite a while. is wearing pants that are the wrong length, especially too long. To make sure you aren't making the mistake, you need to make sure you have the correct pants break. What is a pants break? It's the crease that is created when the bottom of your pants leg meets the top of your shoes. If you don't have the pant break correct, your pants will be too long and pull around your shoes. What you want to have is either a half break or a full break. And for most guys, the half break is going to look the best. Now, we're not quite done talking about the proper length when it comes to your style. Next up, we want to make sure you have the proper tie length. Now, first up, let me congratulate you for being one of the few dapper people that still wear ties. But let's make sure you're doing it right. Tie your tie, you don't want it to be too long or too short. The simple way to make sure you've gotten it correctly, you want your bottom of your tie to fall around the middle of your waistband/belt. Now, next up is a style mistake a lot of my more creative guys tend to make. That's wearing more than one statement piece at a time. Here's why this is a problem. When you wear more than one bold piece with your outfit, a person that's looking at you doesn't know where their eyes should focus. When you talk about something standing out, you're usually not talking about 2 or 3 standouts at a time. That's why when you wear a statement piece, you want to wear one at a time. One bright color, one bold pattern. Surround your statement piece with neutral items for the rest of your look. If you want to have the maximum effect for your statement piece, wear only one at a time. Now, next up, we have a mistake that involves the right intention but the wrong execution. That's layering your clothes incorrectly. Now, let me first say, layering is a great technique to add visual appeal and creativity to your outfits. But to get it right, you want to follow a few simple rules. Now, when it comes to layering first, you want to wear the thinner outfits to the inside and get thicker as you go to the outside. You also want to wear your darker pieces on the outside and have no more than 3 visible layers. You also want to wear the longer layers on the outside, and each layering piece should work individually on its own. Now, next up is a style mistake that I have to say is a pet peeve of mine, and I highly recommend you don't make it. Don't make the mistake of not wearing a watch. In my humble opinion, I believe a stylish guy should wear a watch every day. To me, your look is incomplete without one. That's why I recommend you buy at least one versatile watch that really fits in with your style personality. When it comes to style, accessories make a huge difference. And the go-to accessory for us fellas, a watch. In my opinion, not wearing one is a small style mistake that can make a huge difference. Now, next up, we have another small detail that can make a huge difference. I believe it's a mistake not to wear a signature scent. Here's the thing, when it comes to style, it's the small things that can make you stand out. And if you didn't know, 80% of men don't wear fragrance at all. So just by wearing one, you stand out from the crowd. Not to mention when it comes to the ladies, it makes a huge difference. Women have a stronger sense of smell than we do, and they attach emotion and memory to their sense of scent. So why wouldn't you take advantage of this small thing that can help you leave a lasting impression? If you want to stand out from the crowd, get yourself a signature scent. Now, next up is a small mistake that's easy to make, especially for my style beginners. It's buying and wearing the matching tie and pocket square set. Let me be the first to inform you, this is tacky and amateurish. Now I hear what you might be saying. Jeff, if I'm not supposed to wear them, why do they sell them everywhere? Let me ask you a question. There's a fast food restaurant on every corner too. Does it mean it's good for you? You don't want to directly match your pocket square and tie. What you want to do instead, match your pocket square to your shirt or a secondary color in your tie. Now, next up is another small style mistake I definitely want to help you avoid. Make sure you're not walking around with bulky items in your pocket. Bulky items in your pocket is an eyesore, and it disturbs the visual lines of your outfit. And a specific issue with this one, too bulky of a wallet. Nowadays, you want to have a slim wallet. A slim minimal wallet is all you need. I've had this wallet in my pocket the whole video, and I'm sure you probably couldn't tell. Please, no old grandpa wallets with a bunch of cash and old receipts in it. Slim down your wallet and get rid of other bulky items in your pocket to create nice visual lines in your looks.